Here we are for game 3. This time we're on Emily Fields Winter. In Lovenest, he's brought out the big guns. Guard motor coordination. Here we go. This is serious now, you know. You bring out guard motor. You're expecting to win. This time as well, returning to a slightly more regular build order, going for conscripts early on instead of that second combat engineer very early. And look at this wiring off this so that Nico can't build any sandbags here. The thing is though, you know, I think it's still quite good to build sandbags as the Aussie player, just like in this direction, directly facing this way. But it's alright. Still, you know, you gotta have some counter to the sandbag meta that we're in at the moment. Nico, on the other hand, doing a very strange build. No MG42 so far. So he's got strategic reserves, Jaeger infantry, and Ostrupen. Obviously, probably not going to see Ostrupen at this point. Probably also not going to see strategic reserves either. I mean, can pass the timing of assault grenadiers, but you know, the Panzer IV-J also a pretty strong tool. Interesting to see neither of these players like switching off factions at this stage. I think Lovenest is probably more comfortable with Soviets. I feel like he wasn't historically a very strong USF or Brit player. Don't think I've really remember seeing him play Brits ever, as a matter of fact. At least in tournaments. 4 green start here for Nico.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Pretty even split on the map so far. Lovenest going for the second combat engineer. So yeah, 3 conscripts, 2 combat engineers. Pretty standard stuff, especially if you've got a commander with guards. Pretty much the way to go these days. Conscripts looking to push in. Going to go for the cutoff with Nico rotating most of his troops onto the fuel points. Lovenest not getting aggressive with this squad of conscripts, but now they're also moving more towards the cutoff region. Do we have a lone Pio guarding this point at the moment with a lot of wire over here. Go the combat engineers. Big time wire off on this cutoff for Lovenest. Might make it a little bit tricky for Nico to harass it. Unless he remembers to vault. But yeah, cutoff achieved there by Lovenest. Coming in from this side. Some nice cover positions as he comes in from multiple angles on these grenadiers. Grenade. Cancelled. Good, the audio cue though. Grenade out this time. No dodge from Lovenest. He hit retreat on this one. Probably wasn't watching. Expected it to be on that one. And that rifle nade does allow Nico to take the engagement. Remember, coming off this side into the center, so is relying on winning this overall and should now. This low health grenadier dropping models quite quickly, but overall pretty good engagements there for Nico, I'd say. On the back of this, going for a machine gun now and a bunker. It's going to slow down his tech a very long way. It's going to be a late 222. Pios are out on the field at the moment, wiring up. Got some S-mines on the VP again. It seems to be a big part of Nico's game at the moment. Early S-mines on the victory points. And they do seem to be working out pretty well so far. So 4 greens and then the machine gun comes out. Very strange build. Conscripts do lose the grenadiers here in the center. Got a mine coming up on the fuel, of course. That's Lovenest's real X factor, you know, those mines. So strong for him as a Soviet player. He's so good at planting them. He got 2 squad wipes on that Bocage game. Thanks to those mines. Looks like maybe 2 conscript mods weren't firing there.
Emergency medical station.
1 or 2. Just slightly out of range. The squad trying to get around the side of the Pyos, try and knock them down a touch quicker. So has to worry about retreating past those S-mines though. Here comes a Grenadier for Nico, trying to swing it into his favour. Conscripts maybe going to look for the wipe here, rotating from side to side. No rotation from Nico on that Grenadier yet. Unlikely to get the kill here, but open up the possibility. Conscripts whittle down those Grenadiers to low health, and Nico has the mids up already, so might as well pull the trigger on that retreat early.
We are losing
Save some of that
sector.
manpower, which he's going to need if he wants to try and get his 222 out at a reasonable timing. Pyro's back there, needs some reinforcing and need to get that tech structure coming up. But already, you know, the 222 potentially could have been out a minute ago or so, so it could even be Loveness. He was actually briefly building the quad there and then cancelled it. So close to the T70, I guess he's just going to go for that instead. And that's a really fast T70 timing. It's going to be a nice, quick T70 for Loveness. Think about the T70 versus the quad. I feel like maybe the quad has slightly more wiping potential and the suppression comes in handy, but is so much more likely to die. Whether it be to like chain Faust, the quad, double pack shots, maybe like, you know, Faust and a bit of 222 fire. There's the T70 much safer against all those options. Tripwire going off. Sees the reposition on the MG42. Pushing in onto the fuel. Loveness needs to back away a tiny bit. There he goes. Built sandbags, in fact. He's slightly out of sight range of Nico's machine gun. We do have the Grenadiers coming in, though. About to provide sight, and the sandbags aren't going to finish in time, I don't think. So he kind of has to give up on that. Give up on that capture, or maybe not. Here comes the T70. He's also got a squad of guards coming out now after the T70. Usually just the other way around, but didn't need the guards early to deal with the 222. And T70 getting in close, looking for maximum wipe potential. A good bit of blocking from the T70 here as well, messing up the pathfinding of the Grenadiers. Cut off play from Loveness as well during this.
Supply lines.
Yes, chasing in. You can see he's like stopping for almost every shot, trying to reduce the moving scatter penalty. But doesn't quite get the Grenadier kill. He went for it though. You know, he did just about all he could to try and achieve it. And once again, a mine on the fuel. Mine right next to the other mine. I wonder if they're going to trigger each other. Moving behind that little heavy cover trough back there. BTRs, just remember, have that extra bit of range. Makes them quite handy in those long range skirmishes where maybe 1 or 2 models can actually shoot at each other. In this case, maybe the guards will be like a Mosin and 2 PTRSs, so, you know, their PTRSs not as horrendous as some of the other squads that have them. Reasonable accuracy against infantry.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But yeah, looks like Nico skipping right on by the tier 2 tech structure, going straight for a tier 4. Question is he going to go straight for like a flak panzer, try field it earlier medium, try get something going here, or is he going to wait for the Panzer 4? That's the big question. Quite a lot of manpower floating at the moment though. This is usually what you'd be using to build a pack, but not happening. Loveness has been playing very cautiously with the T70 though. Hasn't really been exploiting Nico's lack of an anti-tank gun. So definitely working in Nico's favour. Very, very conservative play with the T70 so far. is maybe costing her a little bit of territory control. Do have the Zis out for Loveness, who has actually got quite a lot of manpower left in the bank as well. Wonder if we're going to see something like a heavy mortar in this game. Mine interrupted. No, finished it. Grenadier's waiting around the corner here. Could get the Faust off. Oh, not quite. Loveness backs away in the nick of time. Looks like the squad came out of suppression while the heavy machine gun was reloading. But ultimately forced away by the Grenadiers, and it's going to be the Flak Panzer for Nico. And one squad of pyros and no sweepers on them either. Here they go now. Loads of mines over here, so definitely needs those sweepers. T-70 switching sides. Panzer coming out to the far right, looking to force the conscripts off the fuel point first and foremost. No anti-tank grenade package yet for Loveness. And going for the second Zis, so doesn't have manpower to upgrade them yet either. Disconnecting, Flak Panzer backing off. Should take a second hit here though. No, lost sight of it, looks like.
AT gun is ready for combat.
Still, you can see Loveness pretty much even on the VPs at this stage, compared to, was probably like 200 points behind in the other two games, so Nico's, you know, skipping off the tier 2, seems to have got him off to a slower start. Loveness on a much more even playing field at the moment. So far the Flak Panzer getting shut down by the anti-tank guns, doubles this for Loveness. So can, you know, maybe split them up, cover more than one angle. Could make it tough for that Flak Panzer to actually get much damage done. It's coming across though, even though it's still on low health, as this is relatively close by, and I think Loveness heard the Flak Panzer coming in the fog of war. So bringing this up quite early on. And connecting, Flak Panzer backing off. Rifle nade, I think, went off there. Nearly knocks out the combat engineers. And the conscripts don't quite have enough firepower to win this one after that. Very close though. Loveness, no retreat. Making a bit of a move with the T-70 through the centre. Trying to avoid the Faust at the moment. Being successful in that department. And the conscripts do survive. Man, that was a close call. Very late retreat from Loveness. Nico investing into a second squad of pyros, got his tier 2 tech up, got the pack coming through now. Just trying to round out his army. But yeah, Loveness with the triple cap going. Good position overall, much better than the other two games.
The pack gun is ready for orders.
There's plenty of tripwire on the other side of that haystack. Okay, you know, Loveness, he's the master of that. Tier 4 tech coming up now for Loveness. Has a bit of munitions in reserve, so we'll be able to get a couple 7-man conscript upgrades.
The enemy still has 300 points.
Just slightly facing the wrong direction there, spinning around now. Gets one shot, but missing. And Loveness doesn't have enough to hold this. We're going to back away with the Zis now. And heavy cover for the moment. Conscripts getting chopped up fast. LMG Grenadiers knocking down the models that weren't quite on the right side of cover there very, very quickly. Loveness did go into firing positions. T-70 hiding away for the pack at the moment. Not getting a huge amount of damage done. We've got the second Zis there. Tripwire up. This should be easy pickings with the attack round. Nicely done. T-70 back there, still working. Pack setting up, also connecting with the attack round beyond max range too. Loveness got to be very careful. Oh my god! Was the second one not an attack round? Hard to tell from, it was right on the edge of both range and sight, I think. But either way, T-70 goes down. That's a huge blow to Lovenest. Thought he was safe back there with the T-70. Slow to micro it away from Nico's pack, and he pays the ultimate price.
Enemy forces are securing
Second
our
machine gun
territory.
coming out for Nico. Pretty standard stuff. Lovenest hurting a bit for manpower at the moment. His LMG Grenadier's been getting him pretty good. KD not as bad as it could be though,
Enemy is
honestly.
taking our territory.
LMG pushing in quite aggressively now. Lovenest has been going for the anti-tank gun split rather than trying to use them on one spot at the same time, so less likely to kill the Flak Panzer, but also you're not going to get completely dominated by it when your anti-tank guns are out of position. Sparage looking to clear that off, but doesn't have enough protection against that LMG Grenadiers coming in hot.
Are losing a sector.
Nice sandbag position though for Lovenest guarding this area. Got the 7-man on a few of these conscripts now. See, look at the army size differential though at the moment as Lovenest tries to save up for his first medium tank. Way behind an army size. Grenadiers on the wrong side of cover here. Lovenest goes into firing positions. Means he couldn't dodge a rifle nade potentially there, but alright. No chase on the Flak Panzer. Doesn't go for the wipe. Does dodge through nade that time. Lovenest. Good reactions. Guys getting suppressed by the machine gun coming in though. And combat engineers dropping down too quickly. Those are Vet 3 LMG Grenadiers. You don't want to mess around with those. Even at close range. Easily dominating the combat engineers with the sweeper. And similar model counts.
The enemy still has 300 points.
Pretty nice Molotov out here at the moment. Conscripts splitting their focus fire between the two squads though. Oh, conscripts nearby. Doesn't go for the Ura anti-tank grenade. Conserving the munitions perhaps. These conscripts get chopped up real fast. Double anti-tank guns a little bit too far back. Now Nico in a commanding position. Lovenest delaying reinforcements on his troops to try and push out this tank as quickly as possible at this timing. We can see the impact losing that T-70 has had on Lovenest. Really struggling in all these engagements as a result. This doesn't have the extra bit of firepower to force away the Grenadiers or open things up against the machine guns. And that has really impacted his territory control situation. Did get engine damage on the Flak Panzer, slows it down a good amount. But still, it's painful. Looks like Lovenest, I thought he might be using some merge to try and get these guards back up to full strength, but fully reinforcing them with the guard models. Be careful about the rifle nades clumped up on cover like that. Just hits the retreat, maybe heard the Panzer IV coming through the fog. T-3485's on the field now though, and Lovenest still pretty even on VPs. It's been a real struggle over the last 3 minutes or so. Looking for the wipe on the Grenadiers to start things off. That will be great for Lovenest. And he gets it. There we go. Pack connecting for one shot, but just one. So that means the 85 is still healthy enough to win this. Panzer IV looking to come in from the side, but we've got a Zis in a nice angle at the moment. Could get harassed by the Grenadiers, however. Here we got Pack connecting again. Zis backing away towards this angle. Good, safe angle. Guards going to firing positions. Zis setting up. Panzer IV taking a big hit, but so do the guards. T-34 backing away again. Reinforcements coming in from the base for Lovenest. Looks like he's going to be able to hold on to this position. T-34, 85 coming through again. Now the Grenadiers could even go down here if they get a little bit unlucky. T-34 looking for the main gun hits. Doesn't get it there. Pack lining up another shot. This could be coming through with the barrage though. That pack's a little bit low as this barrage could decrew it quite easily. Good flank on the machine gun here by Loveness. He's getting a lot done all of a sudden. Panzer IV low. Flak Panzer coming back in. Pack under pressure from the conscripts. They switch over. Oh, no URA. Oh, popping marked vehicle. What? No URA anti-tank grenade from Loveness. A little bit strange. Oh, machine gun on the Panzer IV shooting at the planes. Revealing it in the fog, perhaps? No. Right on the edge of those doubles this range. It has been repaired up. Only one shot connecting. But what a pushback from Loveness. Really strong fighting there. Plus a tripwire while under fire. Reach the cutoff. Tripwire gets detonated though by the Panzer IV shell. Yeah, really good territory control on the back of that for Loveness. Looking at that Grenadier. Gonna assist him a lot in terms of territory control as well. Still has to contend with these double machine guns though. Kind of looks like Loveness might be considering going for just another tank next. Oh boy. That was a big hit. Conscript's very low, but the T-34 in a decent position to start a chase. Doubles this. Ooh! I can't believe they got it done there. Wow. Like, just right on the edge of range. Every shot connecting and penetrating. That's exactly what Loveness needed. Now he's in the driver's seat. You can see his army size almost identical to Nico's. He's got quite a lot of reinforcing to do as well, so now that has a larger army, and oh boy, machine gun going down on retreat. Guards get the steel off. T-34 comes in to protect the retreat of the machine gun. He gets away cleanly from the Flak Panzer. Here come the double Zist through the center now. No attack rounds. Alright. Overall, I'd say Loveness' Zist positioning is just way stronger than it has been in the other two games. I think that's been one of his main keys to success so far. Makes such a big difference when they're in the right spot. Second anti-tank gun coming in for Nico now. Maybe he's considering going, yep, battle phase 3. So he's, you know, getting that second anti-tank gun, looking to dig in as he techs up. Which is understandable, you know. It's quite difficult fighting T-34 85s with Panzer IVs. Especially if you fall a little bit behind, like he has. Using that first Panzer IV. Then it just gets harder and harder. So he's gone for the long game. Still has a good 100 points or so above Loveness on the victory point counter, so he's doing alright in that department. Has a bit of time to work with. T-34 coming out to the far side. Pios. Uh-oh. Oh, a few S-mines going off though. Oh, combat engineers nearly go down. Oh, Flak Panzer coming through. Don't quite get a shot through. Could have been a dead Flaky though. Still an MG42 working nicely for Loveness. Pack actually getting very low, getting chopped down by the guards really quickly. The fresh pack goes down. Second pack also going down very quickly. Nico is asleep at the wheel here. Nearly gets that one decrewed as well. He real shame to lose all that veterans. He's so close to Vet 2 now. And we all know that Vet 2 rate of fire bonus, the reload bonus, makes such a big difference in these medium tank fights. Very often the difference between the tank getting away and dying to the double anti-tank guns. Flak bands are backing off now. T-34-85 also backing away. Nico sending that pack to heal up and reinforce again. One thing that we haven't seen too much from this game for Nico is Telemines. Love Nest, only one sweeper. Could be quite susceptible to the Telemines. So far though, Love Nest very conservative with the T-34. Hasn't really pushed over like the halfway mark with it. So maybe the Tellers wouldn't end up working out. It's such a conservative style.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Now Love Nest looking to set up the triple cap. Got the sweeper over here, clearing off those S mines. Just camping out that VP as well. MG covering the center now is making things much easier for Love Nest. Having that heavy machine gun team. Now Nico getting a taste of his own medicine. Anti-tank guns rotating across for Love Nest. You can see them in the distance. The pack there. Second pack also nearby. T-34 inching in. Combat engineer are going to lead the way. Pack fires off straight away. Second shot missing. Werfer for Nico. Wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Katyusha from Love Nest. Both of them going for the rocket artillery, okay. I suppose Love Nest, I mean, they both had double anti-tank guns and one machine gun, so good number of support weapons on both sides for that rocket artillery to target. And, you know, up against double Vet 2 Zis already, going for the Brumbeer is very risky. In these 1v1s especially. Maybe in 2v2 you could still try it out, but in 1v1 you don't have the support of your teammate. It can backfire on you a lot more easily. Love Nest just camping out the 2 points at the moment. Holding on to half the map. And look at his army size at the moment. Monstrous army. Katyusha going for the machine gun to start things off. Here comes the Werfer back the other direction. Ooh, that's a nasty one. Is this D-Crew? Doesn't have anything to follow that up though. The double packs win in position to kill the D-Crew weapon. See Love Nest chipping away at that pack. T-34 coming through the center. Knows the one pack's location, so felt bold enough to come through. But the second pack was in a nice position to shut it down. So yeah, definitely Nico getting off to the better start when it comes to his rocket artillery. 8 kills versus 0. Just hitting the retreat on that machine gun. 2 angles for Nico with the LMGs. I've missed calling it early. Artillery pieces getting close to being able to fire once again. Okay, now we're getting some towers down for Nico. And this conscript's just been camped on this VP for, it must be like 6 minutes or so at this stage. Locking that down for Love Nest. comes the Katyusha into the center. A lot of troops here. Bad scatter on the rockets. A little bit better there, but the machine gun does get away. It was a good target for Lovelace for sure. Just got 0 damage done with their first volley of rockets, so ends up getting away. Comes the Werfer back the other direction. Guards in the center and firing positions, dodging. It's going after the double anti-tank guns. Did get 3 models of one, or maybe of both of them combined, so get 1 on that already. Much better start to the rocket artillery wars for Nico, and backing this up with a Panther now. It's going to make it tricky for Loveness. Probably going to need S-35 to answer that, though we have seen players have quite a lot of success just going for another T-34-85. I don't know if he'll quite have the popcat room to go for another T-34-85 though. Once everything's reinforced, it'll be on the border. We'll just have to have a couple squads on 2 or 3 models down. Oh, slight pathing mistake there from Loveness. Nope, just crushing the sandbags. But maybe he's going to go for a deep dive looking for the Panzerwerfer. Not happening. Oh. Damage onto the flak Panzer. Does get away. Panther coming around the corner. Crushing through the Hedra a bit. It's going to open up the sight through the center. Little plane crash in the base there. Machine gun. Being bullied in the middle. Katyusha is ready to fire again. Here comes the Werfer. Going after the machine gun. This time a bit of a whiff. Maybe even Nagano or Nico cancelling it early. Katyusha meanwhile nearly knocking down one of those grenadiers. Still only at 3 kills though.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Oh, this could be the end of the flak Panzer. Double Zis right there. Yep. That's the rate of fire bonus on that Vet 3 Zis. Just had enough to finish off the flak Panzer. Looks like Mark Vehicle was still active on it. So Nico paying the price, bringing that in on low health. Otherwise it would have survived there. Because the second Zis, the one that's not vetted up, didn't get a second shot through. So it's just the 3 shots and the bonus damage from the Mark Vehicle that resulted in the kill. They're making a bit of a move. Double packs are there, 1 missing. They're backing away from the double Zis. VP's now Loveness is ahead in a strong position. Really, this machine gun, the stolen machine gun, so strong for Loveness.
We are losing a sector.
3 on that already, more kills than Nico's. He's obviously had it for a lot longer. Pretty good Werfer strike, but the machine gun does survive. Very close to Vet 2, getting that cooldown bonus now. A lot more potent. Packs, 1 missing though. And that is the green light for the Katyusha to go after the double packs. Nico dodging off to the side. Could still get one of them decrewed here, and does. Well done by Loveness. Katyusha was in just the right angle to capitalize on those double packs, chasing down the T-34-85. And now he's going to kill that off. This time he's not letting the decrewed anti-tank gun get away from him. Happened too many times on Champs-Élysées. Not on Emily Fields though. Okay, Brumbier in production for Nico next. S-35 meanwhile for Love Nest. I'm curious to see how this Brumbier does at this kind of timing, with this kind of composition. I'm doubtful about its effectiveness, but
100 points
I
remaining.
guess we're going to have to wait and see, of course.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Oh, Love Nest doesn't quite have the PopCap room actually to field the Su-85. Su-85 is 15, I think? Yeah. So he actually needs like quite a lot of stuff to die before that Su-85 will come out.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. The sector has
Okay, here
been
comes the
cut off.
Brumbier. Love Nest has just a big line of mines out. Good start there for the Brumbier, nearly knocking that out. Doubles this going after the Panther, spinning around for the Brumbier next. We've got the guards there, they pop the button and the marked vehicle. Here comes the Werfer strike, one's this down, the other one's still alive at Vet 3. 85 coming in for a few hits. Brumbier, oh, gets out of range just. One more this shot and that was dead. Close call for Nico. If the scatter on those rockets was worse, the second Zis didn't go down, that very easily could have been the kill. In fact, still could be. Guards are chasing in. Here comes the Su-85. Fighting sight with the marked vehicle plane. But Love Nest gets cold feet. Backing away. Understandable. Oh, here comes the Katyusha Rush. You know, the Su-85 driving in like that could very easily miss. And then, or maybe even bounce, right?
Enemy is taking
I don't remember
our
exactly how much
territory.
armor the Brumbier has, but I think it's got a low chance to bounce. And then you've potentially sacrificed your Su-85 and got nothing in return. Ends up going down to the pack like that. So Love Nest playing it cool, and he is ahead on VPs, so it's really up to Nico to get something cooking here. Second Zis getting repaired up by Love Nest. Gonna regather that. Conscripts guarding the victory point.
Losing a sector.
Nico repairing up the Brumbier first. Panther a little bit inactive. Machine gun covering the center, and Love Nest going for the triple cap, branching out to the other VP. No commander section at all for Nico, by the way. 500 munitions. So maybe Nico's like, oh, just write this one off as a loss. Because, the Jaeger infantry could be pretty handy for him. Light artillery barrage on these team weapons would go a long way. And the late retreat ends up paying the price. MG42 knocking out that Grenadier on retreat. Good anti-tank gun positioning. Catching a nice wee angle. Early marked vehicle there for Love Nest. Flak Panzer to shoot down the plane this time. Here comes the Brumbier with the bunker buster, long range on the guards. Drops two models with that though. And the double Zis getting to work here. Nico not paying attention. Oof. Risky, risky, risky. MG capping on the far side. Nico has captured the center. Ships leave the heavy cover, but right into that machine gun. Katyusha is ready to fire though, and it looks like it's going to be lining up on those team weapons on that far side. Su-85 coming through for some free hits on the Panther. Katyusha rockets. Conscripts stay there, providing sight, trying to reduce the scatter of them. And now they can maybe go for the capture. Into the center, but Love Nest quick on the dodge. Doesn't take any damage from that. Now going to be back on the capping game. We've got some Grenadiers on the far side. Brumbier pretty healthy again. Not up to full strength, but safe enough to come through and try and prevent the capture. Oh, conscripts accidentally leaving the capping circle there. Going past it.
The enemy is taking
35
our
spins around for the
territory.
Panther. Cap opened up for Love Nest. Still hasn't noticed on the far side. He goes now, but the Brumbeer over here now. Gonna deny that opportunity. Could even get wiped. Brumbeer is a little bit low in health. Could take engine damage. You can see Nico is paying very close attention. Didn't want to take that. Wasn't paying close attention to the Pyos though. Down they go in the center. Hit 2 on the Brumbeer, so it has been doing pretty good work. Is this under pressure? Oh, that gets decrewed. Oh, but the mines. Driving right into the mine. S-35 in a really good position to finish the job here as well. If he actually drives forwards with it. Oh, Panther flanking around. There's the guards there. Here's the button.
25 points remaining.
No button. So Brumbeer actually able to limp home. So is the Panther. I thought maybe the guards would bust and the S-35 would just slam home the damage on the Panther. Looks like Loveness a little bit more focused on capping the points. Try and drain off those last 20, but in the meantime, that central Zis did get destroyed. Panther coming in again, but the S-35's there. He's got the button going this time. Just coming in from the side. Lob an anti-tank grenade. Engine damage. S-35 should be able to finish the job now. Looks like he's having it sight blocked maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Should be able to
Enemy has killed a machine gun.
see it and kill it. But Panther bouncing the killing blow.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
He's chasing in. Could pop the focus sight mode. Not doing that yet. And Panther getting behind the building. Guards watching over the pack.
Enemy forces
And
are
S-35
securing
letting
our
this one get away. Incredible.
The adversary has slipped to. We are
Oh,
losing a
spins
sector.
around. Did he activate detection? Tracking? We would have spotted the Panther back there if he did. Instead, the Panther lives to fight another day.
Squad of
Incredible.
pioneers has arrived.
Definitely mistake from Loveness to allow that to happen.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Brumbeer, however, was not so lucky. Did end up going down. And Nico knows that he just doesn't have the firepower to get back on the VPs. Throws in the towel. So yeah, much better game there for Loveness. Much better start. You know, Nico not choosing to go for any tier 2. And that allowed Loveness to a much stronger early game. Though, you know, once Nico killed off the T-70, he was in a really good position to close out the match combined with that Flak Panzer, but Loveness dug his heels in. Strong performance, and I really feel like him stealing away that MG42 was just like such a big turning point for Loveness. After that point, his VP control was just skyrocketed, barely ever lost control of them. Very well played by Loveness, and you know that was even with Nico getting way more damage done with the Werfer than Loveness did with the Katyusha, but Loveness just getting the wipes, getting the kills, and getting the job done. So we will go on to game number 4. Getting into game 4 of this series, we are on Bryansk Forest Winter. This time, a map that I'm not really very familiar with, so we'll have a look at it. First off though, mention the commander selections here. Loveness sticking his Soviets, going for mechanized support. Classic 4v4 style, but you know, got guards, got Mark. Can work in 1v1 as well. And yeah, you get infantry for Nico, you know, even after the nerfs, probably still the strongest Austria commander in 1v1. Certainly top 3, so he's bringing out the big guns to try and shut down and finish off Loveness here. But yeah, having a look at Bryansk Forest Winter. Alright, quite a few hedgerows and stuff. Look at how they block the sight of a few of these units. Very muted colour space on this, I would say. Guess that's just maybe like the winter variant, but yeah, compared to other winter maps, very dull colours. Take a look at the sector layout. Munitions and fuel quite close to each other. Interesting split on the map. So again, Nico going for the style, going for the Grenadiers first, and then maybe getting the MG42 later on. It's an interesting tactic. I'm guessing it's because, like, you know, at the start of the game, if your MG42 gets flanked, you can get off to a really rocky start. But if you go for the Grenadiers, it's hard for things to go too badly wrong. Pretty even matchup between the Grenadiers and the conscripts in the early stages. So maybe that's Nico's thinking on that. Certainly probably does get you off to a slower start, since you can, you know, start production on the MG42 immediately. Even though it does have a reasonably long build timer. Just diving onto the cutoff there. Cutting off the munitions point. Going for the fuel cutoff. In fact, that cuts off both. It's quite deep to get in there.
Soviet HQ now includes a field hospital.
But going for the next cutoff as well.
Seriously wounded.
Can connect the fuel from this cutoff and then this one over here. So Nico kind of skipping over that point so far. They're loving this, getting a lot of territory harassment done with this one lone conscript squad. Nico starting things off with the 4 Grenadiers.
This is our sector now.
Conscript's getting a touch low now, overwhelmed. 3 on 1. Healing up for Love Nest. Squad's coming back onto the field at full strength. Definitely a stronger start in terms of territory control for Love Nest. As I was mentioning, you know, you do get off to a slower start. You have to build your tech structure before starting to pump out the units. Nico, so your production is delayed compared to the conscripts coming straight out of the base structure. You don't have that anchor for your army as well. The MG42 just locking down the sectors. Bringing up the rear, allowing you to win just about any engagement that it's used correctly in. And with Nico's particular build, a little bit slower to get going. No healing as well. Whereas the Soviet build does get healing quite early on. So it does hurt the engagements for Nico. 3 on 1 over here. Conscripts. Oh, no dodge on the rifle nade. Late dodge and the squad goes down. That's really bad news for Love Nest. Oh no, it was looking so promising until that point.
Rifles, interrogation training, and detection avoidance available to all combat infantry.
Tier 2 up for Nico. Still doesn't have the fuel for the 222 yet though. Building medics and going for the machine gun at this stage. I feel like the medics were a little bit late coming online perhaps for Nico with this kind of build order, but trying to remedy that now. See Nico though, pretty low on munitions. He's got to get his healing, that's it. Might have, you know, enough to build one weapon upgrade at this timing as well, ordinarily, but his territory control has been quite weak against Love Nest start. Doesn't have that as an option yet. Did go for the early minesweeper though as well. Didn't want to run over those Love Nest mines like he did in the other games. We do have a couple down for Love Nest, so he's on top of it. Grandy's back here healing, and the 222 in production now. But yeah, not a lightning fast timing on this. Usually we'd see it out by now. Already on the field doing damage.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Definitely a bit of a slow start for Nico, so in spite of Loveness losing that squad, still in a pretty good position. Did rebuild it. Thought he might just go one squad down and look for a squad of guards, but does go for the rebuild on the conscript. And now has his tier 3 down. 10 fuel away from his light vehicle, the T-70, if that's what he chooses to go for. Looks like it is, because he's spent all his munitions, wouldn't be able to upgrade the quad.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Okay. Clearing off the mine with the attack rounds there. Even though there's no heavy cover, the sandbags are blocking a lot of the shots from the 222's cannon, so still reducing damage overall. And our T-70's in production. But yeah, Nico going for Jaeger infantry will probably hurt his prospects in this tournament long term. He gets past Love Nest. He's not going to have the top-notch commanders for the finals.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Love Nest, same story, you know, using guard motor the other game. One of the hammers for Soviets in 1v1. So they're both compromised. And here comes the T-70. Let's see what this can do. Good flanked by the combat engineers, but the 222 comes down to assist. No anti-tank grenades yet for Love Nest. Conscripts in the north getting overwhelmed. Late retreat there for Love Nest. Very late retreat. A lot of bleeds. Combat engineer flamers. Maybe he's trying to stall until those arrived. T-70 makes a strong entrance, knocking down quite a few MG models. Oh, maybe not. Blocking a few shots, those piles of wood there. Combat engineer flamer getting chased away from the north. Okay, he does have anti-tank grenades now. He was taking them, but didn't have them in time. If he got them a touch earlier, he could have snared that 222. Raffinate out. Oh, no dodge from Love Nest. He's been a bit slow on those Raffinate dodges this game. Maybe fatigue starting to set in. Fourth game in the series.
The pack gun is ready for orders.
Pack coming through for Nico now. I find it curious that he runs the reload bulletin. Such a bad bulletin.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
I don't think there's bulletin Terminator. Could select a much stronger one. And with this build, I mean, it might be worth going for the pack build time bulletin, since he tends to build it quite late. Halving the build time on your pack could be very handy. Try and chase down the 222. Yeah, a couple nice hits in there, but the pack is back there, lining up a shot on the T-70. Uh-oh, spinning around. Ooh, no attack round action there from Nico. There was an opportunity maybe to get the wipe. Okay, he's gone for the G43, so it's interesting. Did he? I think he played another commander that had G43s, but he went for the LMGs earlier in the series, right? Having trouble remembering exactly, but I think that was the case. Maybe favors the G43s on this map specifically. Second machine gun coming in for Nico now, and that's where Loveness really fell behind in previous matches once that second MG42 arrives in this exact kind of position. And Loveness not getting off to the strongest start with his T-70, honestly. 2 model kills. Hasn't done a huge amount of damage to the 222, really. Loveness doesn't have the option of the heavy mortar on this commander either.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Okay, very timid with this T-70. You know, he's been pressuring the pack down the bottom here with the guards, so he knows that there's no anti-tank gun in the north, but still playing very, very conservatively with this T-70. Diving in with the conscripts, maybe looking for the anti-tank grenades. It's going to slow down the 222. Very close to the Austria base though, so probably can't go in for the kill on that. I thought maybe the T-70 will be wrapping around from the north, but no, he's backing away with it. Guards getting pinned though. Combat engineers in the north are going to survive. And Loveney's going to go for the mortar again. Quick look at the KD. Loveney's doing quite poorly in this department
Mortar team has arrived.
this match.
It is now under our control.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Your predecessor died a hero.
Okay. Good attack round attempt, but blocked by those ammo crates here, I think they were. Engineer Flamer getting to work. T-70 rotating to the south, but he's kind of hiding behind the trees. T-70 getting off to a slow start. Oh, Molotov out. Decent amount of damage, but still a loss. Conscripts pressuring the pack though. A touch low. T-70 a little bit inactive during all this, however, for Lovenest. It comes now from a slightly different angle. Engine damage on the 222. Pack is very low on health, but sets up. Prepared to stop the T-70 from diving in. MG, really nice position for Nico, shutting this down. Bit of damage onto that. T-70 switching over, but the Grandies do get in fast range. T-70 spinning around in a circle, allowing that to connect. It's going to slow the T-70 down a lot. And at a good timing as well, because the pack having to retreat back to base. No answer to the T-70. Could have done a lot of damage, but overall I'd say Loveney's use of the T-70 a little bit lackluster so far this match. Playing maybe a touch too conservatively with it. And has been struggling a little bit for territory control now with that second machine gun on the map. Really locking things down for Nico again. No tier 4 yet for Loveness, but might be about to build it. As the combat engineer's back there. T-70 back up to full strength. Going down to the south to deal with this machine gun. Good work here from the combat engineer Flamer. Is this in production for Loveness? So not going to go for the tier 4 at this stage. Preparing for Nico's medium tank, and it's not too far away, just about 15 manpower. You could have that Panzer IV. Sandbags destroyed, so combat engineers cannot complete the capture, but Loveness not too far behind on the victory points, considering how things have been going to this point. Nice Molotov out there, big damage onto the Grenadiers. Don't drop any models though. Yes, that's unfortunate for Lovenest. All that damage, but no manpower bleed for Nico. He did take a pack shot. It's still being used in the north. Chasing away the Grenadiers, but again, they don't take any model damage. Refusing to drop manpower at this stage. Just running up to the 222, not popping the Ura. Got the Zis coming up. This could be a dead 222. Zis. Oh, and he gets the kill. Well done there by Loveness. A little bit slack from Nico, allowing the conscripts to just waltz up. You know, they didn't even Ura to close the distance. They just strolled on up and got the snare off. Pack coming through for the T-70. T-70 driving past, away from the pack. Lovely's calling in the planes on this machine gun. Interesting. Oh, but he's calling them in from the wrong side. They took an eternity to arrive. And an easy dodge there from Nico.
Losing a sector.
How's that mortar doing? 0 kills still. Not the best start. Here comes the Panzer IV now. Just careful. Doesn't want to take a Faust here. Could very easily result in a dead T-70 if it gets an engine critical with that Panzer IV around. And Lovely is somehow setting up the triple cap here briefly.
Secured.
Didn't last long though. Lost control of the north. Doesn't have anything guarding the center at the moment. Nico overwhelming over there.
Capture our territory.
Yes, comrade.
Question is, what does Loveness go for next? Does he try and hunker down with another anti-tank gun? Oh, that's the Faust coming through. He's getting too close to the Grenadiers. Panzer IV, is that going to rotate to try and finish the job? This is coming across to assist. The Panzer IV is not, though. It's heading to the south. Good flank by the conscripts, but they take a nasty hit from the Panzer IV. Very low on health. Now has to retreat past here. Could go down on retreat to this Panzer IV. He's going to start the chase. Good main gun shots from the Panzer IV. It doesn't chase all the way in. Maybe worried about the Zis. Ooh, close call for that Grenadier. The Zis was coming over to guard the T-70, so wasn't in position. Oh boy, this could be a wipe though. Conscripts on retreat. 2 G43 squads and down it goes.
Infantry has been killed.
Second conscript dead now for Loveness, and at a bad timing when he really needs to be saving his manpower, trying to get his tier 4 tech going. He is falling further and further behind.
A sector has been cut off.
Oh my god. Oh, the mine! Okay, he gets one back there. The mines again for Loveness. Clutch. Assists in getting the wipe, and that's exactly what he needed. Instant rebuild on that for Nico, though. He's got a nice surplus of manpower.
Our points are
Interesting that he goes for the rebuild on that, though, instead of the Jaeger Command Squad. I feel like that's a mistake. But alright. Just why wouldn't you get the Jaeger Command Squad? The flare on it, such a useful tool. Save some munitions, don't have to go for the G43 upgrades, just already on the squad essentially. Uh-oh, T-70 a little bit isolated over here. It's a shot from the Panzer IV. Panzer IV stopping though, not chasing in any further. He does have the sweeper there. You can see that the immediate area was free of mines. Playing it safe, not diving in for the kill. Here comes the Zis and a squad of conscripts.
Enemy forces are securing our
This mortar so far has not been a strong performer at all. Still on 0 kills. Uh-oh, T-70 backing away. The Panzer IV, oh, overwhelming the anti-tank gun. Didn't even take a single shot worth of damage, so this conscript anti-tank grenade can't get the engine critical. Now Nico can destroy that. He's bringing the pack across. It looks like he's going to go for the steel, though. He's got another Grenadier back there. No, he's going to go for the kill. Just cutting things short. Loveness in here with the T-70, just trying to salvage something. Easy dodge on the guard's grenades. Panzer IV surging forwards. T-34 in production for Loveness. But it's arrived too late. He's already lost his anti-tank gun. Conscripts, no anti-tank grenades. Oh, here they come now. Oh, yes. There's one thing that Loveness always never does. He almost never oorahs into anti-tank grenades. It's very strange.
34 ready for combat.
Notice that throughout the entire series. Like, the oorah can be a bit of a giveaway as an audio cue if you think your opponent's not really watching that engagement, but
Double your efforts.
I feel like there was maybe like 4 opportunities throughout this series where an Ura anti-tank grenade could have been huge for Loveness, but he never does it. Very strange. T-34 clearing off the MG. And getting one through the Panzer IV's frontal armor. Attack ground wars long range. He's not returning fire. He's trying to make a push through the center. That machine gun's still there, still a nuisance. Got some smoke coming out from the mortar, but it's too late. You can't need smoke to lead the charge. And everything in his is already suppressed and pinned. Can't really fight back, and he's going to lose another conscript here potentially. Looks like Nico not going for the chase down, just focusing on the center. Pack connecting, one shot on the T-34 is going to take engine damage. Combat engineers in the center go down. It's all falling apart here for Love Nest. Not sure what that T-70 was diving in after. Maybe going for a Grenadier wipe. Doesn't get it though. Repair's going to be even harder to come by now for Love Nest, having lost that sweeper squad in the center. Maybe it was the close range grenade of the G43s that caught Love Nest off guard, resulting in that combat engineer wipe, but yeah, that's no good. He's very far behind. He can push out another T-34 just about, so maybe he can get something going with the triple vehicles. Nico's still with only one anti-tank gun himself, one Panzer IV. He's making use of the double shot there from the mortar. Somehow, all of a sudden, it has 6 kills. Don't know how that happened, but making up for the slow start. Getting a couple back there. T-70 coming out to the far side. Clearing off the machine gun there. Panzer IV still up back, getting repaired up. Does clear the path for the conscripts to jump on the points. See Loveness is drained quite low. Light artillery barrage into the center, trying to stop the decap. By the guards, got some smoke out. But he dodged off to the side. Oh, he does manage to neutralize at least. Guards need to get out of there now in front of the G43 squad. Big shot from the mortar. Doesn't knock out any models yet though. T-70 going to work on the Grenadiers. Got to be very careful with this T-70 though. Could see a sprint into Faust. He's not really respecting that. Here we go. Double T-34 is making a move on the Panzer IV. Pack back at base. Marked vehicle activated on the tank, but this T-34 not on prioritized vehicles, turning its turret to face the wrong direction, and a lot of misses there. Oh, T-34 still alive, but maybe a Faust coming through for Nico as it retreats. Down it goes. Horrible engagement there for Love Nest. Just no shots connecting from those T-34s chasing down the Panzer IV. Really needed something to work for him there. Oh boy, and the pathing getting caught up on this, and it goes down with the second T-34, and Love Nest throws in the towel after that. Oh boy. Well, I think it's over, so we'll stop it there. Well done by Nico. It's an interesting tactic, you know, shying away from the machine gun start, just going straight away for 4 Grenadiers and then building the machine gun later on. Interesting, you know, kind of evens things out. As I said, you know, gets you off to a slightly slower start in terms of production and removes the opportunity of getting like an ultra good start where your MG42 gets a few squads suppressed. But in return, kind of removes the opportunity for your opponent to flank it and get off to a horrible start. So it's an interesting tactic from Nico. And ultimately, it's a victorious one, beating Love Nest in this series. think Loveness T70 play in this got off to a pretty slow start. Like later on, it was quite strong, but early stages he was playing very conservatively with it. Maybe could have done a touch more damage. Had the opportunity there, you know. Double T-34s on top of the Panzer IV. The pack was out of position back at base healing up. Opportunity was there, but did not work at all. Miss in a bounce. Panzer IV still on 3/4 health, and Loveness ended up losing his tanks in return. It was a desperate move though from Loveness. You know, no engine damage on this. Panzer IV close to max range. Wasn't destined to be a good one. Probably needed to go for a ram, honestly, but didn't really have the backup, having lost his anti-tank gun. Couldn't really capitalize on that correctly. So yeah, GG. Nico, I think, better stamina in this last game. Stronger play overall, and takes the series, and he will advance to the grand finals. GG. Well, anyway, guys, a wrap on that. If you like Good Game to Be Cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.